Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko announced the signing of a free trade agreement between their two countries on Monday evening. And the bilateral trade agreement is due to increase the volume of trade between the two nations significantly. It was signed by Israeli Economy and Industry Minister Eli Cohen and his Ukrainian counterpart Stephen Kubiv in Jerusalem in the presence of the two world leaders as well. And speaking at a joint press conference ahead of their meeting, Netanyahu said that this was Poroshenko's third visit to Israel since taking office in 2014, and that is a testament to the strong relations between Ukraine and Israel too. Netanyahu added that the two leaders will also discuss other ways to increase our cooperation in a variety of fields, in technology, in health, in aerospace, in science, and more. And the Prime Minister also took the opportunity in his remarks to criticize Iran, saying that, quote, Israel exercises its basic right of self-defense and preemptive self-defense, a right that exists for every nation, end quote. Finally, following the meeting, Poroshenko hailed the free trade agreement as historic on his Twitter account, and he said that for many years, hundreds of bureaucrats have attempted to prepare this agreement that will make the lives of our countries better, adding that he was grateful to Netanyahu for, quote, such a deep level of cooperation. While in Israel, the Ukrainian president also visited Yad Vashem, where he tweeted that Ukraine also protects the memories of victims of the Holocaust as well as the millions of Ukrainians who perished. And then he met with Ukrainian-born Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein, as well as with Israeli President Reuven Rivlin. Meanwhile, as the Prime Minister continues about his governmental duties, Netanyahu's lawyers are still reportedly pressuring Attorney General Mandelblit to delay his recommendations in cases against the Prime Minister until after elections. According to a statement written by Netanyahu's legal team, which includes major lawyers and even retired judges, they're working to ensure that the Prime Minister, quote, who is facing elections, receives a fair shake, end quote. They argue that any decision on indictments one way or the other might skew the election results, something Netanyahu said would be a great blow to democracy, especially since if Netanyahu is indicted, the case would never be finished by April, meaning he really wouldn't get a fair assessment in the court of public opinion. Well, the Justice Ministry has responded now that Mandelblit will make his decision on whether or not to delay his recommendations in the coming days, though he has previously indicated that he's intent to publish his choice before the Israeli vote in April. And in a recent interview on Channel 12 News, Mandelblit even said again that he needs to do his work as quickly as possible, although of course without compromising thoroughness and professionalism. So with that said, the nation is still waiting on pins and needles to find out if Mandelblit will make his recommendation or not, and if so, what will it be? Will the Prime Minister be indicted on charges of corruption in 3 different criminal cases, case 1000, 2000, and 4000? Or will this so-called witch hunt against him turn up short, as Netanyahu has continued to say it would? As tensions continue to rise along the northern border, the Israeli Arrow 3 missile defense system was successfully tested on Tuesday morning in central Israel. This just a day after Israel launched a barrage of strikes on Iranian and Syrian targets in Syria in response to an Iranian missile launched into Israel over the weekend. The Arrow 3 trial was conducted in collaboration between the Israel Air Force, the Israel Aerospace Industries, the Ministry of Defense, and the United States Missile Defense Agency. And according to a Defense Ministry statement, the system worked perfectly. It reads that, quote, once the target was launched, Arrow weapon system radars detected it and transferred the data to the Battle Management Control, which then established a defense plan. At the right moment, the Arrow 3 interceptor was then launched towards the target, successfully completing its mission, end quote. Though the Arrow 3 is just one of 4 parts that make up Israel's missile defense network. Developed in conjunction with IAI, Rafael, the Defense Ministry, and the Air Force, the Arrow 3 is designed to intercept long-range ballistic missiles outside the atmosphere. This includes nuclear-capable projectiles. Then the Arrow 2 protects from long-range missiles within the atmosphere. Next, there's David's Sling for medium-range targets and drones, and finally the well-known Iron Dome, which made its name protecting against short-range mortars and rockets like those launched by Hamas in Gaza. Together, the 4 tiers of autonomous yet cohesive systems offer some of the most, if not the most, accurate defense capabilities on Earth. The Ramat Gan Safari announced on Monday the birth of a brand new baby female rhinoceros. The young rhino, who has yet to be named, was born on December 30th, and both the rhino's mother, Keren Peles, and the calf are doing well. Keren Peles gave birth in the park before zookeepers had the chance to lure her into a fenced area where she could have delivered the baby safely. As such, the zookeepers had to amend their plan and direct Keren and her young calf after the birth to a safe and fenced-off section where they remained for a few weeks separated from the rhino crash or herd. Soon, however, the young and adventurous baby rhino decided to explore her surroundings and managed to escape the enclosed safe area. So zookeepers immediately released Keren so she could continue to offer the baby her motherly protection. And now we are also happy to report that the new baby is finally adapting alongside her mother to being a part of the safari's larger rhino crash. The baby rhino is the 31st to be born in the safari, and the white rhino is in danger of extinction, so the Ramat Gan Safari takes great pride in its breeding of these endangered animals.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.